Greetings and salutations, everyone. My name is Featherhoof.
And I'm CarnagePanda.
And welcome back to Anime Talk for Spring 2019, Week 7. I did, I know. Yes! I'm excited.
Hashtag nailed it.
Interesting week. As in regards to something fell pretty hard this week. Pretty fucking hard.
That's because it tried to trick us, but unlike Motoyasu, we do not have a learning disability.
No, we do not. Meanwhile, other things we had like 2 severe jumps this week. One thing that went from one of our favorite things went to just boom, plummeted. And something that has been troubling us all season has just suddenly boom, jumped straight to the top. It's very...
Spoilers!
Who do you think you are, River Song?
Sure.
Oh, you're not a Doctor Who fan, are you?
That's very true. I've never watched any Doctor Who ever. My nieces and nephews are they're like, oh, you gotta watch Doctor Who, and I'm like, but I don't have any time to do any of all this blah blah blah.
They're Whovians?
I guess.
Alright, so with that little foreshadowing there, would you really call that foreshadowing, or is that just straight out telling?
Yeah, that's foreshadowing, like the ninjas.
Like the... What?
Yes, ninjas are a literary device.
Oh, shut up! Shut up! Not again! Not again! No! Without further ado, we shall go ahead and move right along into our list, starting with our biggest plummet this week, Rising of the Shield Hero. Now, we've stated before in previous episodes that there is one grave sin an anime can commit. What is that grave sin? Do you remember what that grave sin is?
Not airing that week?
The second greatest, grave sin an anime can commit.
Being Dororo episode 15?
The third greatest sin an anime can commit.
I just don't have any idea, man.
Maybe if we think back to all the previous episodes that we've had, maybe we could sort of recap everything that happened before, and maybe we'll find the answer we're looking for. Huh. Oh, that's it! The recap episode!
So for the next 20 minutes, we're just gonna recap everything that we've done for all the previous seasons.
Now, I will give this episode credit in that it tried to trick us into thinking it wasn't a recap episode. A lot of recap episodes are pretty blatant about it. It's just like, we're not even gonna try, we're just gonna string together random pieces of the previous X number of episodes together to give you a recap. This one, however, not only did it recap the series in general, but it literally recapped everything the Pope said in the last episode. And not only did it do it, it did it twice. Twice in this episode, it recapped the exact same thing, it just recapped.
Well, it was a complete recap, but it was pretty bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not a true recap episode in that it recaps the series, but it's like a recap episode for the episode that just aired before it.
That's very true. And what episode was this? 19?
Around 7.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I just feel like this is a really weird spot to put a recap. I feel like they should have done that between 12 and 13.
Yeah.
Or did they skip a week on this show? Because I can't remember.
No, they didn't. I think the only skip we've had this season was Dororo.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So this episode, the Pope is evil. The Pope and the Church are evil. Let's just do what the episode does. Let's recap everything we just said last week's episode. The Pope is evil, and the Church is evil. They're trying to destroy the monarchy and install themselves as the ruler because Because they're evil?
Well, from a certain point of view, the Pope is good.
Sure. Yeah.
From the Pope's point of view and all of his deluded followers,
Yeah, that's true.
we're the good guys saving the world from negative 200 IQ Modiyasu and this guy that has bed hair all the time. What the fuck is with that?
Literally, most of this episode is dedicated to going over... You remember all the things the Pope was accusing them of doing, which is perfectly honestly true, for the most part. Well, we had to spend most of this episode reiterating it. Why? I don't know. Like, they literally wasted a third or more of this episode just reiterating everything the Pope said in the last episode. Not once, but twice. So, it's like, not only does the Pope go through it all over again, but then, as Modiyasu finally... So Modiyasu, with his negative 200 IQ, goes, "Wait! Shield Hero, you've been framed!" It's like...
And then you have Raccoon and the chicken pointing this out the entire episode that, yeah, he's just dumb. He's not there.
I love... Here's what I get. I don't get. This episode points out how evil Mayan has been. That she's manipulated the whole situation with Modiyasu, manipulated him. Why is it that the rest of his group, the other two female wizards, aren't just looking at mine and going, "Are you serious? Like, really? Is that what's happening?" They're just like, "We're just here to stand here and maybe cast spells every once in a while. We don't even get lines."
They're not even characters in the story.
They're not.
But the whole thing is that they're like, "Oh my goodness, mine has been manipulated by the church."
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, no. I still want to know where Chancellor Douchebag is in all of this.
You're really focusing on him. I don't
He's
think...
getting a pass in this whole thing. There was a triumvirate of just douchebags, two douchebags and a bitch. Okay, we had King Douchebag, we had Chancellor Douchebag, and we have mine.
And don't forget Pope Douchebag. So we have a third douchebag.
He's just on his own, man. He's doing his own thing.
Doesn't make him any less of a douchebag.
He was not in this whole, conspiracy to frame the Shield Hero, and now he's taking the blame for it.
Wasn't he though? Here's the question. Because the reason the king gives for going with the whole framing the Shield Hero and going through all this...
The reason he gives is because his family.
No, the reason he gives is, I can't lose my family again. That was his sentence.
But we have no connection to the church. Yet.
The conspiracy is still unfolding. I'm sure we'll still get more as it goes along. My question still is, like, why did the Pope just decide to just out himself? I'm still confused by that.
Because he has the ultimate weapon, and he thought he was going to be able to smite all the heroes and take all the glory and kick the queen out and kill the daughters, and
yeah,
he was I guess he was trying to execute Order 66 at this point.
Oh, I see. So he has his weapon, the sword that at the end of the last episode, Melty's all like, "That sword is," and then it just cuts.
Dun dun dun.
It is, at some point in the past, they tried to replicate the 4 heroes, their weapons. And they made one weapon that can transform into all of them. And that's what the Pope is wielding. Like, Moriyasu tries to use his most powerful spear attacks, including his combined combo attacks with his 3 mages. And it does nothing. Nothing. Because he has all his the Pope has all his followers behind him in a marching band formation. Like they're forming a symbol behind him. And
I think this is interesting because it kind of forms the shape of the Baphomet head. So I swear it does. If you go back and look at it.
Huh.
That was my first thought, even though I didn't point it out. because talking hurts and everything.
Okay.
But that was my first thought.
So they are, like, apparently the reason why this weapon was never really implemented, and they still relied on the heroes, is because it uses a metric fuck ton of mana. Like, literally no one person could ever wield it. You need an army of people behind you, like, say, an army of loyal, devoted followers.
Or idiots.
That's what I said. Just blindly just supplying it with their mana to the point where they die. They would fall over and die from supplying all their mana to it.
Well, we're not sure they were dying.
Shut up, they're dying. And also to create super barriers to protect the Pope. So he's like, nah, ha ha ha, I'm so awesome. Watch as I turn my sword into a spear. And they're all like, it's a spear now. Go ahead.
Wolf was not even exaggerating there. The amount of diabolical laughs. I wish I could do it right now, but oh god, he's doing this all episode.
They were not diabolical laughs because he's the good guy. Remember, the Pope's I'm the servant of God and the good guy. So those are good guy laughs.
Yes, the Pope's propaganda here. They're good guy laughs.
Mm-hmm. So I just love it. Like, it turns into a spear, and we can clearly see it's a spear, right? Or like, okay, we see this. For some reason, the writers felt it necessary to write in the character's dialogue, it transformed into a spear! It's like...
Specifically, Modiyasu said that.
Yes, it was.
He's like, that sword transformed into a spear!
Thank you, Modiyasu. We wouldn't have been able to put that together without you. Thanks.
Well, this is just something that would blow Modiyasu's mind.
Granted, yeah.
Like,
I love
he would open a treasure chest and he'd be like, the lid! Open! Oh my god!
So, the Pope begins to, use attacks on the group. Shield Hero is able to deflect him for the most part. He's able to at least stand his ground. But even he has an internal monologue like, oh crap, if he unleashes a barrage of attacks, we're fucked. I wouldn't be able to stop it.
Except he does.
Well, no, he doesn't stop he stops a attack.
He stops 2 attacks.
Not simultaneously. Or consecutively.
The Shield Hero's defenses are too buff. He can't be... Well, he can be stopped, I guess, but...
Yeah.
As long as he gets his guard up, he's going to stop your attack.
Right, but apparently, according even to Naofumi, he said in his internal dialogue, he said, this a single attack, that's fine. I can deal with it. But if he were to hit him with the barrage of consecutive attacks, I couldn't do a damn thing. I'd be screwed.
I don't know, man. He tanked the Holy Laser.
He did.
Which left a fucking crater.
Then he tanked a mini Holy Laser.
Yeah, then he tanked 2 of those. And then... I don't know what else. He probably takes some more stuff.
And then the Pope did that thing where he swiped the spear and it caused a firewall that went up and then down. it caused fire. Like in D&D, the spell Flame Wall. He put a flame wall, but then it went away.
That was like the firewall from Axiom Verge. It's just fucking useless.
Yeah. But so they're all like, shit. What do we do? Modiyasu's trying to break through the Pope's defenses. He's completely useless. And then, out of nowhere, a barrage of, magical swords and arrows come out. And, come across the big, the wasteland and attack the Pope. And who is it but Itsuki and Ren! They're alive!
I feel like this attack was very, Zelda 1-ish. You have full health and you can throw your sword across the screen. That's exactly what it reminded me of.
So, this kind of bothered me. They were like, we're alive. And it's like, well, actually, this part actually kind of made me laugh. He's like, Moriyasu's like, oh my god, you're alive? And Ren goes, why would you just assume we were dead?
I was told you were dead by the Pope. I was told this guy murdered you. So,
he's like, don't just assume we're dead, okay? And they prepare a little onslaught on the Pope, and they're like, well, how did you survive? And he's like, apparently the Queen's shadows, her ninja army, save them. And when they said, how? They went, they saved us.
Remember, the ninjas are a plot device.
They in this time they were, because literally they asked, how did they save you? And they were just like, they did.
Just gonna have to accept it.
How? They give no explanation. There's like, the thing that even the shield hero could barely block. Somehow these ninjas were able to save them from it.
Ninjas are made out of speed, dude. Or actually, no, they tapped into
the Flash's speed force.
No, I got this wrong. Speed is made out of ninjas.
Ah, I see. Apparently. But, so, I mean, but did they save the spear, I'm sorry, the sword, Ren and Itsuki's parties as well? Because
yeah, they did. They showed them, but they didn't come around. They did not come along with Itsuki and Ren. Apparently
not. I don't know where the fuck they are. Maybe they were too hurt to follow. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably what. Because I was like, they just let them die, and that's it.
Yeah, because it's like this episode, it does a lot of. It's like you assume what the hell happened. Like it bothers me that this episode does this. And then, if you apparently if you missed the Pope's recap of all the bad things the heroes have done. Well, now Fumi's gonna tell you again, because now we spend the next 5+ minutes as now Fumi tells off the other heroes for being douchebags. You know, all the things that the Pope just told us.
Like, let's go get the Pope. Let's
a united front.
Be 4 of us against one of these popes.
Yeah,
and now Fumi's like, no, I'm doing this on my own.
Yeah, he's making a plan with his party.
But let me remind you about all the bad things that you have done.
No, this made me laugh, though. He points out the bad things that Ren and Itsuki did. And Matayoshi goes, yeah, you douchebags! How can you possibly do those awful things? I'm a hero and I'm awesome.
Why would you do that to this guy? He was just framed. He's like, what?
Yeah, everyone's like, you, what was it? I think it was Ralph Talia turns to him and goes, you literally have no right to say that. And then of course we have to recap the bad things that Matayasu did, which of course was kind of funny because his took the longest. He has like a laundry list of the awful things he's done.
Yeah.
To which he still's like, but I was just,
I have a spear and I'm a hero.
I don't actually. What I find funny is like because you were, because you, was it like mind framed me and you didn't give a shit. And he's like, you're blaming me for just trusting one of my party members. It's like...
He does have the weakest defenses.
Yeah. Actually, this, I did love Naofumi telling him off for this. He's like, no, you didn't. You didn't trust her at all. You just blindly did whatever you were told. There's an absolute difference, doing whatever you're told versus trusting your party member. There's something completely different there.
Now, I feel they could have taken all this arguing and pointless bickering shit and all the recaps out and just finished off the Pope.
Yeah. But instead, they use so many free actions, because the Pope actually points out, like, oh, it's my turn now.
Yeah, they're using turn-based combat in this show. So if you're a fan of turn-based combat, this is your show.
Mm-hmm. He's like, he even points out, he's like, seriously, are we doing this right now? Are you guys gonna just argue all day? Oh, I guess I'll use my attack. I guess it's my turn. And he casts another spell called Sanctuary. Cathedral, sorry. And...
Dumbest move ever, by the way.
Yeah, this doesn't make any sense, yeah. He creates a cathedral, literally creates a cathedral made out of magic that comes down and encases now, all the heroes, the shield and spear heroes parties, and the Pope.
Yeah, the Pope had like a critical failure on his intelligence check here.
See, the way I thought it was going to work, what they were going to do is...
You're going to imprison them inside the cathedral, and you're going to be outside?
Yeah, because isn't, like, just based on the way it's shaped, because it has an open top, it's going to be a thing to hold them, in one place so he can shoot them with the holy laser and they can't get away. I think that's supposed to be the point of it, but why is he also in there? If that's the point? So I think that kind of defeats my own reasoning. So I don't know what this point of this cathedral thing is.
He was talking. He was listening to Motoyasu talk so much
that
it lowered his intelligence to a point where he just cast a spell and forgot that he was not supposed to be inside the area of effect.
Oh, that's it. That's it. So that's pretty much the episode. It's like the the Pope says a line like, "This is your final destination, fake heroes," and Motoyasu, being stupid, is like, "Not our final destination."
Why are you trying to give us shitty horror movies?
And then credits. This episode, like I said, more than a third of it, I would say, almost say about half of it, is a recap of the episode prior. And
some other events.
Yeah, it's minorly, yeah. Well, no, because
Minor.
The last episode recapped all the failures of the heroes.
Yeah.
This episode recaps all the failures of the heroes.
And then
recaps the recap of the recap. It's like, really? Really? So literally, this episode served no purpose at all. Because it's like, the last episode set us up for the fight.
Yes.
This episode, the fight never comes.
See, we got set up for some really good intrigue, but then it fell flat in the next episode. Completely.
Yeah.
They snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
They literally did. Because it's like, I was excited for this episode. We sat down, I was like, yes, let's see how this plays out. I can't wait to see this. And nothing happened. Nothing happened.
See, he was excited. I slept all week.
So that was Rising of the Shield Hero this week. Definitely its weakest. The only thing I enjoyed about it was, now Fumi telling off the heroes. Finally, just like sitting them down and like, you're all fucking idiots. Mm-hmm. And here's why you're fucking idiots. And literally, the only one getting it was Ren.
He's like, yeah, okay.
And he's like, oh, you're right. Because in a video game, the monster's body vanishes. I didn't really think about it, the fact that this is real life. I fucked up.
It's like, yeah, we don't need to free up memory to load in other stuff into this game. Yeah, we got limitless memory in this one.
Itsuki still believes that the shield hero is being framed for stealing his reward. He doesn't actually still get it that he did a bad. And Motoyasu's just...
Motoyasu.
Yeah. But it was kind of fun watching Nafumi telling them off. It was neat. Other than that, the episode was a complete waste of our time. I mean, all of that stuff, the stuff about introducing the super weapon and all that, that was interesting. But then they didn't go anywhere with it. They didn't do anything.
The fight wasn't even that good either.
Do you really want to call it a fight? It was like...
that's what I'm saying. It's not even that good.
Yeah.
The Pope has just let us down.
I agree. It's possibly one of my favorite isekais in a very long time, but this episode, objectively speaking, is just...
Fails.
It is a fail. It is a fail. So, I mean, I can sit here and just scream fail for about 24 minutes straight, which we're getting close on doing, so we're going to go ahead and stop talking about the Shield Hero and move right along to the next entry on our list.
Speaking of disappointments, Dororo episode whatever.
Well, if Shield Hero was 19, that would make this one 18.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 18.
Yeah. So they hyped up the land shark last couple of episodes, and then we were going to have a battle
17.
with it.
Might be 17.
It's some number. Who cares?
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
We're in week 7 of Dororo. And so we get a fight with the land shark, and it is also the most disappointing thing.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping for like some kind of like big demon-y looking thing, something that was like, like intimidating looking and scary and...
I don't know about you, but if I saw that thing, I'd be like, yeah, that thing is fucking terrifying. This thing is huge.
What was it? Jibarimaru? Or Jiramaru?
whatever his name
I
is.
think it's Jiromaru is the one that's still alive.
Yeah,
Eats his dead brother.
because he's a cannibal shark.
And I was predicting a few episodes back when we were like, oh, the land shark, can't wait for the land shark. I was like, maybe some kind of like half shark, half tiger or something like that or something, It's something to be badass. What we got was half shark, half walrus. With spikes. That on land, you think of a shark as swift, powerful, just, the sleek thing moving through the water. On land, he
didn't have much advantages on land.
No.
He had no attack angles. He had really nothing but size.
Yeah.
And
even this thing attacks Dororo, who is tied up to a tree.
I can't figure this one out.
And misses.
He misses Dororo, and Dororo's somehow able to slip out of the ropes.
Dororo is tied to a tree, entirely immobile.
You can always roll a 1.
Not when you're a land shark. I mean, it isn't like this thing was like moving too fast to the point where it like missed. This thing literally lumbered towards Dororo. It was this far away before it lunged at her and missed.
Yes, I do give that this scene made 0 sense.
And the shark's teeth, because it missed, cuts the ropes in just a way that Dororo was able to slip out of them and run away.
I'm pretty sure Dororo slipped out before the ropes got cut.
No.
But the shark still helped.
Yeah. Especially by ripping the tree out of the ground. That also helped. Because you can't be tied to a tree if there's no tree.
And then the fight with the land shark when Hyakumaru actually shows up.
Yeah, it's just... We were so hyped for Land Shark. We
We got Land Shark, but it was disappointing.
Not only was it disappointing visually, but then we get the fight. Hyakumaru's like, hi, I'm Hyakumaru. Hi, I'm Land Shark. It's the shortest... No, second shortest. When he fought the moth demon, that was the shortest fight. This was the second shortest fight in all of Dororo.
See, with the moth demon, you can't even explain it, though, because the visuals were just so trashy and out there that you're like, what is even going on?
I think he shot fire out of his bamboo leg and it killed it somehow. I don't know. I still can't even figure out what the fuck happened that episode. Here, at least we still have our A team back drawing it. And he does slash it and jump around and he's doing acrobatics around it with one leg. With one leg because the shark...
he loses his leg again.
Yeah, Jiromaru bites off
his peg leg.
And then Hyakumaru, as if to say, fuck you, bitch! Uses the remnants of it to stab it in the eye.
And Land Shark doesn't last very long.
No, it literally...
just, like, after that...
15-second fight.
Hyakumaru just jumps up on him and stabs him in the brain, I guess.
Yeah.
And the Land Shark's done.
Yeah.
And he gets back his real leg.
Which I'm like, wait, what? See, that seems like a plot hole to me.
We had no expectations
that
the
this
sharks
was one of the
were
demons.
One of the demons.
Yeah. How? When? Shiranui said that...
Yeah, because we got the whole backstory from Shiranui.
They were small little sharks that he began to feed people to, that they became into bigger sharks. Shiranui looks younger than Hyakumaru.
I don't know how to explain this one.
No, this one seems like a giant plot hole.
It's like, what?
I don't get it at all. Just happened. And which one was it? Was it Jiromaru? Or was it... no, it must have been Jiromaru that was the demon. Or were they both demons? Was one of them a demon? I'm so confused.
But anyway, after our land shark is dispatched, and I am in letdown mode...
Yeah...
Tohamaru decides he wants to show up, and Itachi's there, and he's like, the fuck does this guy want?
Okay, this cracked me up really hard because Itachi gives up his search for the gold, the treasure, to go check out like who the fuck are these guys? And when they're watching like, who are these guys, And then you just hear, it's almost like, do you remember those old Annoying Orange YouTube videos?
You know what? I don't remember.
Where like the orange would be like, hey Apple,
Oh.
And the apple would like, what? Knife, and the knife would come down. They're talking, like talking. Hey, blah 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 blah. Arrows, what?
Yeah, I like how they call out the arrows right before they were shot with them, and it takes them out. A couple of the red shirts back there.
Yeah.
And there's quite a few red shirts in Itachi's party because first when he's trying to find the treasure, he sends in 2 guys, and the place is booby trapped. Mm-hmm. And they set off the booby traps, and there's some explosion, and you see an arm fall down, and Itachi's like, well, I guess the place was booby trapped. We shouldn't have underestimated you. I don't remember what Dororo's dad's name is.
We will just refer to him as Dororo's dad.
He's like, man, you were really thinking there, man.
Dadaro.
Yeah, Dadaro.
So there's this big fight. Hyakimaru and Tohamaru have their fight. This is the first thing that bugs me. It confuses me. Tohamaru goes, all those who align themselves with the demons are the enemy of Daigo's lands and must be destroyed. I'm like, so you hate yourself? Because you're the one who's aligned with the demons.
Because, he knows that if Hyakimaru gets his body parts back, his land's gonna be fucked.
I know, but it's like, you do realize you're the one who's aligned with the demons! It's like, what are you screaming about? Okay. That's one thing. Then it's like, as, Hyakimaru points out, he's stronger than he was before. Why? And his one retainer, the one with the bow and arrow,
she's like, his conviction is so strong. Yeah, it's stronger than anything.
Yeah, he's like, the weight of the prosperity of his people and his lands rests solely on his shoulders. So he's, his resolve is so much, and conviction is like way greater than yours. And it's like, okay, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for the end of this episode, okay? Because I'm going to come back to that. So Hyakimaru, being a badass as he is, he's actually taking on Tohamaru and Gonjo, I think his name was. The guy with the big club.
What their names are.
I think it was Gonjo or Gonzo, something like that.
That club is too big.
He's taking on both of them at the same time. Kind of successful, even if the bow and arrow chick gets an arrow through a tree trunk.
It was a hell of a shot.
That apparently into the Hyakimaru's back. And he's still able to fend them both off, even if he gets his left arm sword gets broken off.
Yeah, because he parries one of Tohamaru's blows, and then the big dude comes in with his club and then shatters it.
Yep.
Don't know how he didn't shatter Tohamaru's sword.
So Hyakimaru kind of has his back to the wall. Meanwhile, Itachi and his group are being just wrecked by the archers. And they decide they're going to use the... Hyakimaru and Itachi came up with a plan that they were going to use the booby traps.
You mean Dororo?
Well, no, Hyakimaru came up with a plan.
Oh, well, yeah, Hyakimaru,
and Itachi's like, that could work.
And Itachi's like, yeah.
So they're going to use Dadaro's traps against Tohamaru's men. And at first it seems like it's kind of working. It's like, all right, it's working. Sweet.
Can we give shout-outs to the one guy who dressed up as one of the samurai? And was like, they've got explosives, help us! And it totally tricked the other guys.
Mm-hmm. I like that guy.
Like, we have to get them! And he's like, ha ha ha. And he sneaks back into the bushes.
He slings back through the bushes. The problem is that Itachi's like, look, Dororo, I just need to see the treasure, okay? We may die here. I need to at least see it. And Dororo's like, okay. So while they're going to the treasure, and Hyakimaru has got his back to the wall, and he's kind of losing a little bit, Shiranui shows up. And he apparently...
You're never taking me alive!
He found all of the explosives.
Yes.
All of them.
Yes.
Takes him to the top of the mountain and goes, I'm gonna send you all to the place where Shibarumaru and Jiromaru are! Fuck you! And drops...
He explodes.
He does. He literally drops it and he... Through the explosion, you see his body. Boo! It's like a fucking Looney Tune.
And Itachi sees this.
And he has
his lightning reflexes and all these arrows in his chest.
Yeah, he took a bunch of arrows. Like, his men went down with less arrows than this. He's got like 6 arrows.
6 or 7 arrows right in his chest. He's still alive.
For half the episodes, he's walking around with one just going, he's like sticking out of his shoulder.
He just has the one, he's just walking around and he's like, this doesn't matter.
Not even recognizing it. I'm pretty sure that if someone would have gone, you got a thing, he'd go, wait, what? Whoa! When did that happen?
Where'd that come from? That doesn't even hurt.
So...
Then he takes the explosion.
Yeah, because he has one instant of, what would you call, honor, I guess, or gallantry, because he takes Dororo and protects her with his body. And, the rocks and everything rain down all onto Hamuru's men. And I swear to God, one of the rocks, when it fell on one of the dudes, or the samurai, it sounded exactly like a muffled version of a Gundam foot. When the Gundams walk in the anime, they make that distinct noise.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I swear to God, it did. So the dust settles. It's like, oh man, big explosion. What's going on? And Tohamuru's like, Ganjo, and like, because Ganjo's like laying there like dead and or unconscious. We're not exactly sure. And this is enough to make Tohamuru go. We're gonna go home now.
Yeah, he takes all of whatever's left of his men and gets back on his ships and leaves. So much for his conviction.
His conviction and resolve are far greater than yours. You must die, Hyakimaru, you son of a bitch! Oh no! Ganjo's down! We gotta go! We gotta get out of here! What?
Meanwhile, Itachi is still alive, so...
Barely.
So... You remember that scene at the end of the first Lord of the Rings? Where Boromir is taking all these arrows?
Oh yeah.
He takes 3 arrows at total, and that kills him.
Yeah. Well, no, didn't he also get, like, stabbed at the end as well?
No, he takes 3 arrows, and he just, like, bleeds out and everything.
I thought, like, one of the Urukai, like, came up, like, he was, like...
He came up close to him with a bow, and he drew it back. And he was going to shoot him, but then Aragorn comes out of the trees, out of the rafters like a pro wrestler. And they're like, my God, that killed him!
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, Itachi is much slimmer and takes more arrows and a fucking explosion. Mm-hmm. He has way more HPs than Boromir could ever hope to dream to have.
Apparently. Or, Dororo wakes up and realizes, oh shit, we're here. We're at the place where all the money is.
The monies.
And like, Itachi, look at all the monies. And he goes, oh, the monies.
And Itachi dies.
Yep. So
no more scheming from this guy.
Nope, no more. He can't kill. He can't kill any more children's families.
R.I.P. Itachi.
Another Itachi bites the dust. Now let's hope he's not brought back to life with that one jutsu that brings people back to life as puppets.
Oh yeah. I hope that doesn't exist in this show.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Dororo and Hyakimaru are like, well, what do we do now? And Dororo's all like, I don't know what I want to do with all this money, so I don't want it yet.
Let's just leave it.
Oh wait, except for
just this little bit, it'll get us by.
Yeah. And then they leave too. And there's like a brief scene with showing Jiromaru and Shibamaru and Shiranui's bodies for some reason being dead. And they get on a boat, and that's the end.
Like, why didn't Toharu and crew take the time to sink his boat? Like, if they did,
good question. Another good question.
If they wanted to get rid, his conviction is not very strong at all.
No, it's not.
We found his boat. They even pointed out that they found his boat, and He's like, yeah, let's just go find him, and let's go home after this accident. They didn't even sink his boat.
No. This whole great conviction and resolve that Tohamaru has to protect his land from the evil Yakimaru.
I wish I could do that.
Until his one retainer gets a little bit hurt and or dead, and then goes, my conviction and resolve are completely shattered. I'm going home now. What?
We'll see you next time.
I'll come back for you, He-Man! You haven't seen the last of Tohamaru!
Poor Tohamaru. It's just a D-grade villain now.
It didn't make any sense, and that's what it actually annoyed me. That's why we put this down here. It's like, oh boy. What happened to Del Roro? It used to be something I used to look forward to every fucking week. And now it's becoming more of an annoyance than anything. If it doesn't have shitty art, it's like its stories make no goddamn sense.
I don't even know where they're going to go from here because they squandered one of the best opportunities of bringing in a land shark demon, and then Tohamaru was just... What?
With great conviction and resolve, went back home.
Yeah, he just went home. He's like, screw this. Like...
So that was Dororo this week. Stupid.
0 out of 10.
No.
I would give it a 0 out of 10.
No, I'm not going to give it a 0 out of 10 because
Are you going to give it a negative score?
No, because it still made me giggle a little bit.
Yeah, I did giggle at the parts where all the red shirts were getting picked off by the arrows.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. I had to watch it again. It was just like, arrows, huh? Like literally, I imagined the orange from from Annoying Orange going, arrows. What? Oh, so save yourself some time. Don't even bother with this. The whole Shiranui arc, just don't even bother with it. Skip through it. Because it's a disappointment.
Well, no, because the Mother Day special was actually pretty good.
Yeah, but was that even related? It didn't... There was nothing in that episode about Shiranui or the sharks or anything.
That's true, but it happens right in the middle of it.
Granted. But anyway, that's the end of Dororo this week. To quote Hercules from the Adventures of Hercules, disappointed! And moving on. Coming up next is Demon Slayer. Now, at first I was this show is really getting on my nerves a little bit because it's
Expound.
Tanjiro or Tanjiro? They are
faithful dog in human's clothing.
Yes. They are literally giving him new abilities and superpowers every episode. Today's episode...
Because he has a black blade, remember?
Yes, yeah. Well, this isn't even because of the black blade. If he forgets that he needs to breathe, he doesn't need to breathe. I'm not even joking. The fight is continuing against the 3 water demons. He decides, Nezuko, you stay up here and protect those 2 from that version of him. I'm going to go in the puddle and take on the other versions of him, okay? And he goes inside the puddle. He literally forgot he needed to breathe. Because he's down there, wielding his sword against the other 2, does a cool little typhoon attack, which, like, just rips them to shreds, which is really neat. And it was after... He's down there, like... The whole scene takes like 5, 6, 7 minutes. Mm-hmm. After the scene's over and he rips them apart and he watches them disintegrate, he's like, oh, he grabs this one little piece of fabric. Then he goes, oh, that's right, breathing! And he starts going back up. It's like...
They did show... They also, when he was down in the swamp, as they called it, they showed all the kimonos of the girls that had been abducted. Mm-hmm. And I guess they ate them.
Yeah.
And I'm still unclear whether he ate the fiancé, even though he says, I lost her.
No, he says, he said, I don't remember. I don't know their names. Here. And he shows all the keepsakes.
Yeah.
He says, if you see your whatever her name was, if you see her keepsake here, yeah, I ate her. I keep the trophies of all the girls I
Well,
eat.
that's the piece of fabric that Tanjiro
Right, but we don't know that
grabs,
yet.
and he takes it back up with him.
Yeah. With a red ribbon inside there. That was the... That was? Her, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
But,
it got dark real fast.
But yeah, and then when he's fighting the demon, the two versions of that demon, down there, he even is able to use his smelling. Underwater.
Yeah.
Underwater.
Look, it doesn't have to make sense.
He literally forgot that he can't breathe water until after he killed them.
No,
and
he
then
bullshits his way through because he says the air on top of the mountain was thinner than this.
That's right. That was like, So apparently you can train your body to not be able to breathe. To not need to breathe. The fuck ever. Bullshit. So they finish off the demons. They come and they leave the one alive. I think it was the number 2 because they have the number of horns. Like there's 1, 2, and 3. I think the number 2 demon he leaves alive. The one who was all like in the last episode, like, I'm not satisfied. I need more of them. I love it. He's like, I was doing those, like when he has him at sword point. I was doing those girls a favor. They were growing old. They were getting stale.
Yeah, he slashes him across the face because he's like, man, that was a pointless waste of time asking him that question.
Yeah, he literally gives him the Joker scars from the Dark Knight. Like literally. Like he slashes across his face, like through his mouth. And he's like, you will tell me everything you know about Muzan Kidapapa. And then he went, oh shit, I can't say anything.
Can't do that.
I can't.
That's scary.
He's literally freaking out. He's like, I can't. And it shows like this little flashback of when he was turned into a demon. And Muzan's all like, you will never say a single word about me. Ever to anyone. And I'll know if you do, because I am always watching. And he's this dude's having some serious PTSD. He's freaking the fuck out.
He's like, no, it's no.
No. So he like tries to attack Tanjiro and Nezuko, and Tanjiro finishes him off.
He's like, that bullshit's not gonna work on me.
Nope. And he goes to Kazumi. I love this. Kazumi's clearly not okay.
Yeah.
And Tanjiro goes,
like got some severe PTSD.
He like walks over to him and goes,
he's like,
are you okay?
You okay, bro? He's like, no, I'm not okay. I just lost my fiance.
And he's like, hey, I know how you feel. He's like, how would you know how I feel? You don't know nothing. You're just a kid. And like, he looks at him like dead in the eyes with these sad eyes, and he's like, oh, this kid does know what I feel. He's gone through it. Oh my god! And his hands, something about his hands being that of not
he's
like,
like,
a kid's hands.
This guy's hands are very manly. Like, okay.
And he's like, here, have this, and he gives him the scrap of fabric that has all the keepsakes in it. He's like, here, your loved ones was in there, right? Have it. And he's like, oh, and by the way, this girl who the demons tried to kidnap and eat, I'm gonna leave her in your hands, because that's not gonna cause any problems. That's it's like the girl's gonna wake up and go, oh, the last thing I remember was being in my bed and being abducted by someone, and suddenly I'm in your arms. That's not gonna cause any problems.
Not gonna cause any problems at all.
Nope. Nope. And Nezuko has gone back to sleep.
I have one question. How does she fit in that box?
I don't know. Because it's way smaller than she is.
This box is definitely smaller than she is.
Mm-hmm.
I am confuzzled as to how she fits into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure we will never get the answer.
Mm-mm. So...
Did she, like, break her neck?
I don't know. So, the crow comes back. A raven? Where's the crow?
Same thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Ravens are crows.
No, they're not.
Crows are ravens or something.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
Uh-huh.
Nope. That wouldn't be two different words if they were. There's obviously something different about them. Put it in the comments! Is there a difference between a raven and crow? What is it? Put it in the comments below. Just to prove him wrong. And to prove me right, because obviously I am. But if I'm wrong, don't put it in the comments below. Okay. Anyway. gives him his next assignment, and he goes to some more modernish looking place, to which he's very shocked and appalled by all the CG people in the crowd.
Oh yeah, that face he... First we see the CG people coming down through this more modernized city, because this takes place in this is supposed to take place in like the 1940s, right?
I don't remember. Let's just suffice it to say they have pagoda style high rises and cable cars.
There's lots of lights all over the place.
Yeah, like the San Francisco style cable cars are going through, and so no cars or nothing like that, but they do have like the cable cars.
And I guess the impression is that he's supposed to be shocked at all this technology and how advanced this city is and all of its splendor, but I like our interpretation better. He's just shocked at the CG crowd, and he's like, "Oh my god, that's terrible."
It was terrible. They actually turned Tanjiro CG for a moment when he was walking away from Kazumi.
There are some CG...
And it was not good.
I don't know why they decided to make him a CG character.
So he's there, and he meets what was it, an udon seller? Udon noodle?
He's like getting some udon noodles with shredded yak.
Oh, sweet potato. What's the other word for sweet potato? What's the other term for sweet potato?
Yam?
Yam. Yeah, it was shredded. Some kind of shredded.
Oh yeah, shredded yam.
And then they show the bowl. It's like, oh, some udon noodles are topped with shredded yam, and they show the bowl and it's topped with an egg. Okay. I didn't see no shredded yam. I saw the noodles and I saw an egg on there and I saw some vegetables, but I didn't see no yam. But then as he's eating it, suddenly he gets demon scent. Oh no! And he drops his bowl. And that's bad.
This demon must be a real monster if it made him waste food like this.
I know. So it turns. He's like, this is the smell. The smell I smelled at my family's house when my family was murdered. It's the smell. It's the demon. I'm gonna go find him. He's rushing through a crowd of people. He's getting his sword already. He's rushing and he sees Muzan. He sees him. He's got his suit and the hat. I like this hat. I want that hat.
He does look very stylish.
He does. And he's like, you motherfucker. And he goes to like unsheath his sword. And he sort of turns. He's got a little girl in his arms.
And he's like, I don't even know you, man.
He's like, Daddy, who's this? He's like, And then a woman comes up. He goes, honey, who is this young boy? He's like, well, to my... it's like, he says like something to the effect of like, to my great chagrin, I'm not even sure. I don't know. As far as I know, I don't know him. And he's got, clearly he's got the demon eyes. And he's staring down Tanjiro. He's playing the innocent, doting, loving husband in front of these two, the woman and the little girl.
And Tanjiro the whole time has his murder boner out for him.
But he's pulling a Krillin. He's sitting there going, and I don't know why. He's like doing this thing. He's like, they're humans. I can smell them. It's clearly a human child and a human woman. Do they know? Do they know he's a demon? Does he know that he's like the king of all demons?
Do they know that Tanjiro is a dog?
And meanwhile, as Tanjiro and Muzan are staring each other down, Muzan whips his hand out. You see the demon talons on there, and he just goes, some dude who's like walking past. And the guy's like, oh shit, what the fuck? Oh man, I don't feel so good suddenly. And his girlfriend's all like, honey, are you okay, honey? Honey? And then he proceeds to go all demon, like transforms into a demon, like right there, and starts nomming on her. And then credits.
I don't know how I feel about that scene, because I thought they were kind of going for like, in Trigun when Legato first shows up?
Do I know that? Dude, I used to quote that scene at you. Yes, I know that. I love that scene.
And like when he's like holding a hot dog or something, and he's like putting these visions in Vash's head of like strangling a baby or something.
Oh, the little girl, yeah, he like the vision of him like squeezing the fuck out of her head.
Yeah.
And he like turns around and you see him, he's like,
He's like, I'm innocent, man.
I didn't do nothing. The little girl runs from him.
I kind of felt like this is what it was leading up to, but then he like demonized this guy.
Yeah.
Which was weird. And then the demon guy like bit his, I don't know if it was his wife's or his girlfriend's shoulder.
I'd say
he bit right into it, and she's screaming. She's like, ah! And he's still biting, and this goes on for like a good minute. It's like
before
what?
It fades to credits.
Yeah, then it fades to credits. Like, okay, that was a goofy scene.
A little bit, yeah. So, I guess the best thing I can say is the fight was neat at the beginning. I was a little annoyed because I can now kind of understand, like, some people when I'm doing my YouTube videos, my video game series, and people who have already played the game,
that is annoying.
Watch it and they go, oh, you stopped the episode at the worst possible part. Why did you stop there? You know, as if I have a crystal ball to know that I'm coming up near the end. And it's like, I can see, because like the beginning of the episode is just like 5 extra minutes that they... Why didn't they just put that at the end of the last episode?
I don't know.
So it's like... And I kind of like the design of Muzan. He looks neat.
He does look neat.
I like it. I can't wait to see like more of him. But in this episode, I like that, and like the setting up the mystery of like, why is he with a human woman and a daughter? Are they really his family? Are they actually demons in disguise?
I feel like he's just gonna pull this. You can't kill me because I'm a family man. I'm done killing.
What is this, like a fucking Kill Bill situation?
I don't know, but he's just gonna be like, yeah, you can't kill me because I got a wife and a daughter, and think about how much that would wreck them.
So you can't kill me because look, this is our daughter. Oh, little daughter, see, did you never meet your daughter? Oh, she's right here, you know, sort of thing. But it's I don't know.
Can't kill him because he's a family man. He's a family man.
But, yeah, I don't know. Like Tanjiro, he's all like, you know, he's gonna pull a Tohamaru. He's like, my conviction to kill you is so strong.
You know,
oh, a minor inconvenience. Oh, I'm going home now.
I'm giving up on you, Nezuko. This guy's a family man. We clearly cannot do this.
Yeah, oh, I can't kill him. He has a wife and child. I can't kill him. Can't do it. No. Nope. So, I don't know. It's interesting. We're only in the 7th episode, and we're setting up the big bad, supposedly. And, I mean, obviously, like I said, we still have loads of demon hunters to introduce. We still have the whole bad guy organization to introduce. It's just sort of weird that they're introducing the big bad now. You know, it's like there's no mystery, no, you know, leading up to it. It's just like, boom, there he is. Right there. That's the guy you were looking for.
I mean, if he kills him in the next episode or the next few episodes, I'll be severely disappointed and I'll seriously consider dropping the show.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I feel he's like, yeah, you can't kill me because I'm a family man. And then they're like, we got to figure out how to get him away from his family so we can kill him.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much this show that I'm like looking forward to because the opening credits keeps teasing them. When is he teaming up with Electricity Boy? When is he teaming up with Boarhead Kid? You know, when is all this stuff supposed to happen? Where's the Gote 13? You know, where's the fucking...
Why is that one kid so angry?
Yes, why is that one guy so fucking angry all the time? What's with Butterfly Girl? What is any of this? Where is any of it? And the show is just like, no. We're just going to skip right to the bad guy. We're going to skip right to the end bad guy. Let's go right over there.
We teased all this stuff, but it was over in episode 8.
But that was Demon Slayer this week. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed the fight at the beginning. I like the way he just ripped those demons apart. He did. That was neat. But like I said, it is kind of annoying me that it's just like, we'll give Tanjiro whatever power he needs this episode to do whatever he needs to do. Like, this is not the first time they did it. They've done it multiple times in the series so far. Mm-hmm. And it's really starting... I'm like, stop it! Stop it. Define Tanjiro's abilities, define his weaknesses, and, you know, play off of those. Stop giving him the power to fucking breathe underwater, and the power to, you know, smell his... like the exact points to kill things, and, you know, track things like a goddamn dog, and... It's like, okay, come on, stop it. Stop it. Anyway, so any final thoughts on this episode?
Nah.
All right, that was Demon Slayer. With that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and move right along to the next entry.
Today on Wicker Basket.
What? Do you mean Fruits Basket?
Yes.
What happened in Fruits Basket?
What happened in Fruits Basket is that my jaw is being held together with duct tape and a few wires, and if anybody wants to complain, that's why I'm not talking that much this week.
So I'm going to go ahead and take up the slack, even though we usually go back and forth on these. Fruits Basket this episode, Toru is summoned to the Soma complex by Hattori.
Yeah.
Or
I thought his name was like Harry or something.
Momiji calls him Harry.
Oh. Is that German?
It's German, yeah. Yeah, it's totally German. Momiji is German, yeah. So she of course, she was to tell nobody. She was supposed to tell nobody that she was going there. And Yuki, Kyo, like, I love the beginning of so Kyo comes in and like throws the doors open. Shit, she left again. And Yuki's all like, dude, she said she went to go visit some friends. Like, seriously, do you even listen to half the things she says? He's like, sometimes, shut up. And Shigeru's like, I'm sure she's fine. Don't you guys worry too much. Come on. And then it shows her she's outside the complex, the Soma complex. It's like, it looks like the doors to Jurassic Park.
So
like, when these opened, I was waiting, like, because Momiji like jumps up from behind the wall to greet her. He's like, "Oh, Toru! Yeah, I'm German. Remember, German. Come on in." And the doors start to open. Like, just in my head, it's like, da 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 da.
Yeah. So this place is huge.
Yes.
Like, I thought this was just a place. Is his name Akito?
The head of the Soma family? Yeah, Akito.
Akito was just there by himself. And I was like looking at it and I was like, this is a really big place.
Yes. Well, it's even bigger than that, because like that part that she just went into, that the big doors,
yeah,
that was the inner section of it.
That's the intersection. This is like a weird commune for
just
Soma
the Zodiac
people.
Like no, it's all Soma people. Like the outside and inside are all Soma families.
Yeah, they're all Soma.
The inside though is meant specifically for those of the Zodiac cursed families.
I guess there's like lesser and greater Soma.
Like I said, the Zodiac families are, I guess, the inside families. And those are in the complex around the complex.
Okay.
And, you know, because Hattori explains all this to Toru in his, you know, not very friendly way. He's very cold to her. Or no, it was Momiji that was explaining it, I think. Yeah, because, the only words Hattori said to her was, get out.
Get out now.
Get out now.
I don't like you, Toru.
Forget you were part. You ever met the Somas. You'd be better off if you left now before anything bad happens to you. Just get the fuck out.
And they do explain why he's like this.
Yeah, Momiji gives a whole backstory. That he had a girlfriend, Kana.
Yeah.
Hana. Now, this confused me even back in the day, and watching it again in the reiteration still confuses me, because she's a Soma. Hattori's a Soma. They fell in love.
Hmm?
Are we looking at some incest here? I'm confused how this familial thing like comes together here. Are they or are they not related? I'm confused because they're all called Somas. The cousins, siblings. Well, obviously not siblings, but I mean, it still is. Like, are we talking blood related here? I mean. Or were we doing like a domestic girlfriend just 20 years early? We were like, talking about at least it's not blood related. Just even if they have the same last name. Even so, but he was forced to do a memory wipe on her, and they were no longer together.
I didn't understand this part, why Akito flips out.
Well,
I don't know if there's spoilers that you're holding back or something, but it seems kind of insane that he wants to get involved between Kana and Hattori.
he doesn't want to get involved. Remember, at first it does. Momiji's like, oh, don't take what he says too seriously. He's not really a grumpy guy. He's just he's sort of like, he's almost blind in his left eye because of a thing that Akito hurt him. In a kerfuffle over Kana.
Yeah, well, he loses his shit over this because he mentions some curse, whatever.
Well, they didn't go into it.
In my opinion, it doesn't even matter, He's just kind of butting in where his opinion doesn't even belong.
But the thing is that he wasn't butting in. Well, they go into it later in the episode, but Hattori comes back.
And it also makes him look like an unstable asshat.
I can't say anything, damn it. Just... What? We'll continue the show. You'll get Akito as we go through. I want to tell you I do, but I can't. You'll just have to watch the show. Akito is... something. Let's put it that way. But, believe me, I'll just say this. You haven't seen the extent of Akito's assholishness. But never mind. No, I can't say anything. Damn it, So, Hattori comes back, and, I can't remember exactly what... they explain how, the Somas are preparing for the New Year's festival. They do a festival for New Year's because they're the Zodiac family and all that jazz. And, Shigure comes in. And... the interactions between Shigure and Hattori are just cute. It's funny. Momiji's like, oh, it's because they're BFFs.
Which can mean multiple things.
Best friends forever! I
always read it as best fucking friends.
But, one of the favorite things is, like, Hattori insists that, Toru walk with him. So she does. And, I love during the walk, she goes, so, Shigure is all like, hey, you don't do anything untoward her, you damn sexual pervert, you Hattori. He's like, I will fucking kill you. I will murder you. Shut the fuck up now.
There will be a lot of murder.
He does threaten him pretty good. I loved it. It kind of cracked me up. But, so they're walking, and he's explaining that, there's this curse, and you really don't want to be involved with it. Oh, this bad curse. And she turns like, so, this relationship you have with Shigure, are you guys BFFs? And he gets this, like, the angry, is like, shut up, I'm just stuck with him, that's all. He's like, oh crap, maybe I offended him. Maybe he doesn't like that word. So she's not paying attention to where she's going, and Hattori is all like, watch your step, and she's like, watch my what? What? And she trips down some steps, and he's like, oh shit, let me catch. And he catches her, which, again, I guess counts as a hug. There's a lot of things that counts as hugs in this world.
Is this a hug?
Well, it didn't turn into an animal as far as I know, so I guess not.
But you're not one of the Soma.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
Oh, plus we're not the opposite gender either.
Oh, right.
Unless there's something you're not telling me.
Featherhoof, there's something I need to tell you.
Moving on! Or opposite sex, not opposite gender, opposite sex. But, he transforms. What does he transform into?
Well, the way you explained it to me made absolutely no sense.
I'm explaining it the way I explained it to you was how it was explained to me. So, I'm just the messenger.
He transforms into a seahorse.
A sea dragon.
Whatever the fuck.
His is the year of the dragon. He is the dragon.
Year of the fucking dragon. He transforms into a fucking... I'm done. I'm getting no.
So, Toru freaks out, like, oh, crap! What do I do? Water! He needs water! Oh, wait, is it fresh water or salt water? Which one is it going? I don't know what to do! And she snatches up all his clothes and starts carrying him. And as a seahorse, he goes, this is exactly how Kana reacted. And he starts going to the whole flashback of how he met Kana when she was assigned to be his assistant, and they fell in love. It's like, aww. And, you know, she tried to get close, but he would never let her get close. Until one day, she accidentally hugged him, transformed him, and she acted exactly the same way. Like, literally. And she throws him in a bathtub. Which, after he transforms back, his first words are like, you do realize if you threw an actual seahorse or sea dragon in a bathtub, it would kill them, right?
She's like, oh my god, that's terrible.
So she doesn't reject him at all, and she's like, "Aw," and we're in love now. We're in love now, and they have a liaison for 2 months. For 2 months, they are lovers. These two somas are in love. So then they go to Akito to ask his permission to wed. To which he then goes, I'll kill you! You're a bitch! Kana, you bitch! I'll kill you! I'll kill your dad! Ah! You think you can break the curse? What the fuck's wrong with you? And she starts to go at her. Like, tries to lunge at her. To which Hattori, like, tries to step in front and, like, gets knocked into this mirror. And, like, shatters and glass gets in his eye and shit. And Shigure's like holding Akito back, like, the fuck, dude!
This fucker needs a straitjacket, man.
You have no idea.
He needs a straitjacket. He needs to be 4-pointed on a bed. And... oh my god.
Just ripping into her verbally. And, you know, it's like
He's like the biggest asshole ever.
Shigure's like, Hattori, get her out of here! Just get her out of here! And she begins to suffer... not from any, you know, she becomes unwell, but, like, mentally unwell. So
they go for our feels in this episode.
Yeah. And when he confronts Akito with what's happening to her, Akito then becomes a little manipulative. He's like, well, why don't you just wipe her memory? It's the best thing you can do. It's the nicest thing you can do after everything you've been together. Why don't you just wipe her memory? And like, you want to just, you know, do that for her and blah, blah, blah. It's like just being an asshole, you know? It's just like, just to get rid of her.
Yeah.
So he's out and, you know, with her, and because she's mentally unstable. She's not well. And he, you know, sort of like touches her face like he's going to do the mind erase. And he's talking about how this is just so cruel. I have, you know, in order to make you happy, I have to destroy the one thing precious to me, and those are the precious moments you have of me. And she touches his face, and he's like, I'm so sorry, I couldn't protect you. And meanwhile, he's like, no, I'm the one who should be sorry for not protecting you. And apparently, wiping someone's brain is very violent, because it's just, poof, like this is, it's almost as if he had a flashbang in his palm that we didn't see, because she goes flying backwards into the snow.
Yeah, she gets knocked out by it.
To quote, what's his face? Yeah, he was in the black dude from the Jackie Chan movies, Rush Hour. He was in the
Chris Rock?
Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker. You know, to quote Chris Tucker from Friday.
See, I knew I was going to get it wrong.
Chris Tucker. To quote Chris Tucker from the movie Friday, you just got knocked the fuck out. And she did. Well, it comes back to present day, and he wakes up and he goes, ugh, man, I'm cold. And she goes, oh, that's because because he starts to sit up, and you're naked underneath that. And she turns around because he just stands right up. And gets dressed and everything, and
she runs off to get his shoes.
Yeah, and she's all like, or he's all like, you know, it's like, he just started reflecting on Kana and stuff like that, and he's like, oh man, I really hope she's happy. Because he after he wiped her memory, he went, God, please, just please make sure she's happy. Find someone who will make her happy the way she was with us, but with me before Akito happened. And suddenly, as he's sitting there on the bench, Kana walks behind him with two lady friends, talking about how she's getting married. And she even makes the jokes like, "Well, I love him. He's not as handsome as Hattori, but he'll do. But I still love him. He makes me very happy." And this makes Hattori happy.
She's like, Hattori was the one, but I guess I'll have to settle for this guy.
Yeah, because he spurned my advances. He didn't love me back, so I guess I'll just have to go for this guy. And he thanks God. Like, he's like, "Oh, thank you, God. Thank you, Kami, for making sure that she found someone to be happy with."
Yeah, and this is why Akito is just an asshole.
Yeah. And she comes back, even though Hattori said he was going to take her to Akito to meet Akito, instead he takes her to the door, back to the complex doors to see her out.
And then Shigure and her gonna leave, and I was like, wasn't she supposed to be Akito?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't look forward to her meeting Akito because this kid is clearly insane, and he needs to be restrained.
I confirm nor deny. I neither confirm nor deny. I'm not saying shit. But suddenly, Akito does, as if to just give her an evil stare. Like, wait, Toru's here? Bring my car around. I want to stare at her menacingly. Because, for no real reason, Akito's car drives by, and he stares her down as he goes by. And, I believe Toru asks something of Shigure about Akito. Can't remember quite what it was, though, to be perfectly honest.
He's like, don't worry about it right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you some other day.
She asked what the curse was.
Yeah, the curse.
And he's like, don't worry about that. That's just not something I can tell you right now. But I want to promise you, because early in the episode, Hattori's all like, it tells her that Akito's trying to use her in some scheme. But Shigure keeps coming by like, no, he's not. He's not. No, Akito was not using you in no scheme.
He may be a giant asshole, but he's not a schemer.
He might be an asshole, emotionally unstable, has fits of rage. Will almost knock someone's eye out with the glass and then blame it on someone who was just sitting there. There's another thing. Akito, after knocking Hattori into the mirror, and he's sitting there holding his eye Akito screaming at Kana going, "You did that! You did that!" It's like, dude!
Get a grip. Just get a grip.
So that ends with them going back to Shigure's house, and she's preparing dinner because Kyo and Yuki are waiting in the dining room for her to come back. Kyo's under the table in covered in a blanket, which is really weird. But yeah, interesting episode. I do like this episode because it's one of the episodes that really emphasizes, because everything before now has always been sort of it's happy, silly, fun times with the Soma family. So far the only serious episode we really got was when she went back to live with her grandfather. And that showed the seriousness in her own life. But whenever she's with the Somas, it's sort of light and happy and haha. It shows that for the Somas, however, inside their own life, outside of their life with Toru, is not a happy, funny, haha life.
Because of this one guy. He's just fucking it up for everybody.
Yeah. It begins to give you this idea of where Fruits Basket is heading. It's I don't want to say a lot because it's something you have to experience, but it's just, oh my god. Again, it's been 18 years since I last saw this episode in 2001. And I had forgotten just Akito's freak out. It's Jesus! Dude, get a grip.
Well, to be honest, based on the visuals of that one, you probably didn't even know what was going on.
Dude, I know you like to make fun of it, but at the time in 2001, that didn't look bad in 2001, all right?
Excuses.
Yes, looking at it in retrospect now, the original art style was bad. But, hey, it is what it is. At the time, it was fine.
You're gonna start going on this whole spiel about how interlacing video was not that bad and blah, 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 blah.
Dude, again, at the time, we didn't have better. We didn't have anything to compare it to. It was top of the line at the time. So it was not bad at the time.
Okay, whatever.
So what did... I mean, you're the newbie here. You're new to this. How did you feel?
I like this show.
This episode specifically.
I like this episode.
What did you like?
Everything.
Okay. That's what he liked. Except for, you did not like the dragon.
Motherfuck the dragon. That is not a dragon.
I would point you in the directions of the wiki, which would probably give you more of an explanation, but I don't want to... because
edit the fucking wiki to be like, this is not a fucking dragon.
It's a sea dragon. It's a type of seahorse called a sea dragon.
And then they'll have the guys that just, like, sit there and just... no, I can't do it.
But I don't want to tell you to go to the wiki because I'm sure it would have spoilers, and don't do that. But it's comical. It's funny. Could you imagine if someone just turned into a fucking dragon, hugged and boom, like, dragon there? It's just sort of...
Yeah, like the Asian dragon where they're long and slender and...
Like the luck dragon from Neverending Story.
No. Like fucking Shenlong from Dragon Ball Z.
Ooh. Would he grant wishes if someone brought him 7 balls?
What kind of balls?
Ones that have stars on them.
So if you just go kill 7 guys, take their balls and draw stars on them, he'll grant you wishes?
Well, you have to summon the dragon first.
Okay, then.
Which apparently you need to go and get a girl of the, someone of the opposite sex to hug a doctor of a specific family, and he'll turn into the eternal dragon and grant you a wish.
Okay, sounds like a plan.
I like it. So we're gonna go do that, but first we need to finish off this list, which we have one more entry on. So let's go ahead and move right along to that. And coming in at number 1 this week, surprisingly, is Sara Zanmai.
Yeah, if I did that, that would kill me.
Oh, you and your poor wee dumb tooth. That's no longer there.
You do realize that this jaw pain is killing me right now, right?
Well, I can, kill you right now, and then you won't have to worry about it.
That solves nothing.
You won't
That
have any more
solves absolutely nothing.
But, moving back to Sara Zanmai, my apologies. And condolences. I was very happy with this episode. They finally, the insanity of, what was the director's name again?
Ikuhara.
The insanity of Ikuhara that I was promised was given to us. Finally.
There were a lot of good things in this episode.
Yes, there were.
Of crazy shit.
So, now here's what I find funny. The explanation of Haruka's disappearance is that he's staying at Enta's house.
You mean Kazuki?
Kazuki, sorry. Yeah, Kazuki's disappearance is that he's at Enta's house.
Yeah.
His parents don't... You think that his parents would want to talk to their child after it committed a crime of, kidnap and impersonation, and I'm sure cops would be looking for him.
Cops are looking for him. Not
those cops.
Not the good kind of cops.
Yeah, not those cops. Oh no.
The cops that need to be doing their job.
You would think that this would be a person that the authorities would be looking for, but then no, they're just like, oh, yeah, I heard he's staying at Enta's house. Okay.
And they hand wave it away.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we see Kazuki and Enta and Koji Kazuki has decided, I'm living it up as a kappa. Fuck it. I don't even want to be human anymore. Yes. Give me cucumbers. I need to eat more cucumbers. Nom 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 nom. Yeah. Oh, I need to have a sumo wrestling match. Come on, Enta, you're gonna be my sumo partner. We're gonna have a sumo fight.
That was a fantasy.
No. The sumo part was not a fantasy. That actually happened.
Are you sure?
Yes. Because he actually, after the sumo part, because it was like, this was like total homoerotic, because they like, Kazuki like slams up against Enta, and they're like pressing their body up against each other, and Enta's like, oh my god, I can feel his skin rubbing against mine. It feels amazing. Oh, I don't ever want this to end. And then Kazuki like chucks him over his shoulder and throws him on the other side of the little ring. He goes, oh, that was probably another fantasy. And he reaches his hand out and, what's his name, Kepi? Kepi, like, the kappa.
Yeah.
Like, reaches out with this little thing that, like, snaps his finger like a mouse trap. And, like, caught, like, as if it's being pinched.
He's
and
like,
he goes,
nope, this is real.
Like, nope, this is real. Which is like, okay. So it just shows the trio being a trio of kappa for a while. Koji's trying to talk to Enta. He's like, dude, he's lost it. You need to talk to him. He's like, no, but I don't know what to even say right now. Like, he has a little fit, but Enta does sort of have one fantasy about him. With, he's like...
Yeah, he has a soccer ball fantasy.
Because at one point, there's like...
They keep coming back to this soccer shit with him.
Mm-hmm. He, like, Kazuki comes around the corner, and Enta's sitting there with a soccer ball next to him. He goes, hey, Kazuki! Or, hey, Enta! And he turns, and he suddenly believes that it has a fantasy of Kazuki, like, pass the ball! He's like, oh, yes, we're back to being the golden duo! And he kicks the ball, and he does this awesome, like, what was the name of that movie? Shaolin Soccer? Like the Shaolin Stalker style kick, and it like scores this goal. And then he's like, Enta, hey, Enta, whoa, over here. You still with us? Hey. Oh, what? Oh, damn it, it was another fantasy.
Damn, this is how you know it was a fantasy, because after making that kick, he did not flop on the ground and act like he was dying for 10 minutes.
So he's like, I'm going to the bathroom, all right? Because I'll be right back. That's all he wanted to tell him. So they're walking through, and they see Haruka. Now, even though Haruka can't see him, because he's a kappa and therefore invisible to everybody, he still goes...
It's like, oh my god, he saw me.
And then runs away. And they all run after him. And it focuses on Haruka for a bit. And Haruka is... a fucking... what would you call it? A saint. He's a fucking sweetheart.
Seems to be taking it pretty well.
Yeah, he's like... all he wants, like, he knows that... he now knows the secret. He knows that Kazuki's been tricking him this entire time. And he even starts making a text to the fake Sara. It's to her because the background and the symbols and whatnot, and we can't really read it. But after he finishes sending the text, he looks up, and we see the blonde-haired cop, the one with the shark teeth.
He's like, "Sup? I'm the shark tooth cop," and he's like, "What?
Are you here to arrest me?"
And he's like, "Are you bad?"
Like, yes, I stole my brother's smile, and I just want to get it back for him. It's like, really now? Would you say that that's a sign of your desire or your love for him? And he puts him under a spell. He literally Jedi mind tricks him. He's like, ooh.
And then he steals the kid.
Yep. And they do the desire or love extraction on him.
And then, like, for some reason, Kazuki decides that he's gotta pay attention or whatever.
Well,
I
no,
understand that part.
Nyantaro, the cat.
Oh yeah, because Garfield was like trying to interfere.
Yeah.
And he just like punted him off the edge,
yeah.
And he collided with Kazuki's head.
Well, he collided with Enta's head.
Well, yeah.
Because I love the
He was like,
Looney
fuck
Tunes.
your glasses.
I love the cartoon here. It flattens Enta, but his eyes still stayed up here.
Yeah.
With the glasses still on. I love how malleable they are as Kappa. Like even Kazuki keeps his cell phone in his shell. He opens it like a sideways door backpack and pulls it out.
It's a very useful storage space.
Apparently. I wish I had a body part where that was a storage space. That'd be amazing. But,
well, you know...
Moving on! No.
Since we're talking about Sarah's on.
Moving on! So he actually, like... Oh no, it was like... Yeah, he was all talking about, like, how Haruka would be better off without me, it's, you know, whatever.
I'm so sad.
Then, like, Nyantaro just comes in, and he's like, Nyantaro, what are you doing here? You should be with Haruka. Where's Haruka? He goes to run off, and he sees his stepdad is, like, unconscious on the table. Haruka's wheelchair is empty. Like, oh, what the fuck's going on? And they realize... How did they realize it? That, they realized he was kidnapped by the bad guys somehow. I can't remember what it was, though.
Well, Kepi starts spinning this story about the war between the Kappas and the Otters.
Yes, evil Otters!
This is where the episode starts to get hazy.
This is where the episode starts to get fucking insane.
Anyway, he spins this tale about the evil Otter Empire and about how they destroyed the Kappa Empire.
Yes.
And took their desires from them.
Yes.
And now,
because apparently
if they knew about Kepi,
the Otters and the Kappa are both after the desires and people's Shirakadabakaba laws.
Yeah, they had some whatever.
Yeah. And
so apparently at some point we had Otters like spearing right into the asses of people.
So the Kepi's like, if they ever found out I was still alive, they'd be here in an instant in a heartbeat to try and capture me again. And Kuji's
I'm pretty sure they want to kill him.
Kill him, catch, one of two.
Same thing.
So they go through the sewers. Like, it's kind of funny. Like, he's telling it through murals on the sewer walls as the current's taking them down through the sewers, and which exits out into the Otter facility. And they're like, "What? So Haruka's here? How are we supposed to find him in all these boxes? Like, what's with all these boxes?" And he's like, "Otters love boxes." It's like, okay, otters love putting things in boxes. All right. And he's like, "Oh, I got my phone. I'll call Haruka." And he calls them. They're following the ringtone, which of course they could have found really easily because Haruka's box is the only one that has a picture of a person on it. The rest of them have
like a heart.
Well, all of them have the heart with an otter in it. Yeah, that was the only one that had a heart with the picture of a person in it.
But oh crap, what's his name? Haruka's box definitely looks distinctly different.
Yes. So they're and what follows is this interesting chase scene. We're like, we gotta follow it, and they get to a point where like there's no more road. So Enta just goes, "Fuck it," and starts chucking them over to the other side. So now they're down one Enta. So they're running to get to the elevator, and then Kuji's that's closing on them. So Kuji pulls like a fucking colossus and gets underneath it to hold it up. And then they're down one Kuji. And they get to the point where they're going to drop the boxes into the place where they, destroy, where they put all the people who have the desires, to suck out their desires. And, Kazuki's running. He's like, "I'll save you!" And he misses.
And this is bad because earlier Kepi explained that this whole process kills people.
Well, it doesn't just kill them.
Kills them pretty hard.
Yeah, he's dead, but he's like, but we could bring him back. He's like, what do you mean? How do we bring him back? And he's like, well, your Shiro blah 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 thing, the thing that that they suck the desires out. The thing that
the Shirokadama.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Shirokadama? Yeah, the Shirokadama is like, what we do is we take yours out and we put it in Haruka.
So technically, this is an ass implant. Transplant.
Yeah. The downside is is that the same thing will happen to Haruka that happened to all the Kappa zombies that they've been defeating. Not only will it kill Haruka, he will be erased from memory
Not
and
Haruka.
existence.
Kazuki would be
Kazuki,
erased.
yeah, Kazuki would be erased from all memory, like erased from the universe as if he never existed. And he's like, "That's fine by me." As he goes, "Will that mean that Haruka will never have had his accident if I never existed?" And Kempi goes, "Yep." He goes, "Then fine, do it, do it." And he's gonna send him down to Haruka's body. He's gonna drop him down in Terminator 2 fashion. He turns into
That's exactly what I was thinking when he was getting on there.
Kepi turns into a big crane thing. Remember at the end of Terminator 2 where Arnold Schwarzenegger goes down on the chain? He does that. And Enta and Kuji are not happy with this decision.
I know now why you cry.
So, Kuji still has his gun, so he fires at the machinery to blow it up. And it sends Kazuki flying right at them. And they're like, "You fucking idiot! What the fuck's wrong with you? How can you think about sacrificing yourself? There has to be another way." And he's like, "There's not another way. Just let me kill myself. It was my decision." And he's like, "But it's not." And Enta whips out the little ankle bracelet thingy that Kazuki threw away that Haruka saved from the trash. Mm-hmm. He's like, "He never gave up on you. He never gave up on you. He still loved you as a brother. You were his brother. What the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you just go and kill yourself and throw your life away?" And that gives him the resolve to like, okay, that's it. But no, then it's like his desire turned into actual love for Haruka. And then the otter machine spat Haruka out. It's like, "No,
Like, we can't use this.
get this the fuck out of here." And like, it literally creates a barrier at the bottom. And then as the box comes down, it goes, boop.
So it gets transported off to a different place to be thrown into the grinder.
Yes, because otters have no use for love. They want desire. So love gets sent into a shredder. Like literally a big paper shredder. Made of like drums with otter faces on it. And inside the drums is like a bunch of just gnashing gears and teeth and stuff. So they're racing to stop him from being sent into the grinder. And to do this,
Poor Kepi.
poor Kepi. Kepi turns into a ball that Kuji kicks to Enta. Enta kicks to Kazuki, and Kazuki uses his soccer skills with the ankle bracelet back on his little
soccer skills.
Yep, back on his little kappa foot, and uses it to kick Kepi into the box to knock the box out of the shredder.
Although it did look like this didn't work at first.
Yeah,
Because they're kind of falling back into the grinder.
yeah.
And it's like, well, both Kepi and Haruka are going to get grinded into dust now.
But then Kepi grabs Haruka, whose body flew out of the box, and turns into a parachute and then floats down. So they, for the first time in this series, actually save someone. And then just suddenly it flips to the Kappa zombie from last episode,
Yeah.
and they instantly defeat it.
And like, oh shit, I'm defeated.
Oh! And it blows up. And
This is like the first episode that had mostly original content, though.
Mm-hmm. And then it shows that all the boys are back in human form now.
They did it!
Yes, and Kazuki's like, "But I feel weird." He's like, well, why do you feel weird? What's wrong? We're human again, right? And Kepi's all like, "Did you prefer to be a Kappa? I mean, that can be arranged, but..." He's like, "No, I kind of feel, for the first time in a very long time, I feel right. I feel like
We've made progress.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like the real me for once. I don't need to dress up or do these things to like pretend to be connected. I feel connected finally." They did show a little bit of Haruka's past, where like that day that he met up with when he had the accident, he actually had met with Kazuki's real mother,
It's like, I know you're his real mother. Go away.
Please don't take him away from me. I'm begging you. Please don't do it. And she's like, the only thing she said back to me was, oh yeah, because Haruka had written all this in a text message to Sara, which is actually Kazuki, because he was remembering the text message. That must have been a long text message. It was a lot of text in there. It was just a wall of text he sent him. But, and that's sort of why Haruka was there that day. So, it's a sad it's a little bittersweet thing. It's happy, sad. It made me laugh, made me cry.
Insane.
It was insane.
Let's talk about Kepi. And all the crazy shit he was doing in this episode.
You mean the fact that he was completely polymorphic?
He was doing the pole dancing.
Oh god, yeah, just for no reason. He was just in the background pole dancing in one scene.
He was pole dancing, he turned himself into a fucking phone and answered himself.
Oh, that's right! That's when they found out that Haruka was kidnapped by the otters. Because he said he called himself that he then answered?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I could not do this episode justice trying to describe it. It's one of those ones you have to watch.
Yeah, the visuals are just kind of, what the fuck, insane.
But then we get one last scene. Because Kepi, Mr. I've been hiding from the otters all this time, and if they ever found me, they'd be after me really fucking hard. He was caught on security camera in the otter place. And the two cop dudes, they're like, especially the shark tooth one, is all like, finally, I fucking found you, and I can help you. Rhea, I think he called him, or Rao, or it starts with an R. The other cop with the glasses, the motionless one.
I don't remember his name.
He actually gave him a name. I can't remember what it was, and it showed that they were part of the Otter Army invading the Kappa place, the Kappa city. And when they went to go kidnap him, when they finally cornered, like, we finally got you, Prince Kepi. You're coming with us. Kepi, turned into a dark shadow and leapt at them, specifically the blonde-haired one, but the glasses one knocked him out of the way, and it went through him and took all of his emotion, all of his desire. So that's why we get to see that's why they're so vociferously looking for Kepi. He wants his friend's soul back, basically.
Oh, can you blame him?
No, I can't really, but...
although he does work for the evil Otter Empire.
Yeah. But, I mean, we're going to get... I think that means we're sort of pushing forward. I think we're now leaving the whole beginning half of the series, where the beginning half was the monster of the week, what's the secret thing, the little... what butt do they need to go into today? We're actually going to go into... These guys are after Kepi. So...
I feel like, I was thinking this last week, but I feel like since this is going to be 11 episodes long...
Oh, weird. I didn't know that. Oh, okay.
And they just spent 2 episodes on Kazuki, and we're in episode 6 now?
7.
No, 6. Because this started a week after...
You're right. Yep.
That we're going to get 2 episodes on Enta and resolve whatever problem he has.
But so far, they haven't even presented a problem with Enta. The only thing about Enta is that he's a fucking sexual assault.
He's going to get over his sexual assault.
And
then
stalkering.
Fuji is going to get over his brother issues and stop being a criminal, and then they're going to wrap it up in the 11th.
Well, Enta loves Kazuki. I mean, obsessively loves Kazuki. I mean, what resolution is there? Is for Kazuki just to love him back? I mean, Kuji, they haven't actually showed ever that Kazuki actually thinks of Enta in that way. He could, but they haven't showed it yet. Kuji, but I think more interestingly would be Kuji's relationship with his brother. I would like to see that.
I think that's what's going to happen, though.
Okay. We'll have to see what happens. This episode, like I said, since the first episode, this is the first episode since the very first episode that we actually got mostly new original content.
Yes, this is very true.
And not only that, but what was the director's name again?
Ikuhara?
The
Ikuhara.
Yeah, the Ikuhara insanity that I was promised. Because it's like, oh man, Ikuhara makes some crazy shit, dude. I was just sort of like, okay, it's never that crazy, and it's a lot of stock footage for the most part. We finally got to see, his imagination run wild with this episode.
Yeah.
And I loved it. So this was definitely the best episode this week. It was, again, from going, this episode, it was so much fun to watch, almost specifically for the visuals. The story was, like I said, I laughed, I cried. The visuals were just like, had my eyes glued to the screen. I mean, similar? Different?
Yeah, I was really enjoying everything about this episode.
So, that was our list this week. That was Sarazan. I came in at number 1. And I think with that, I think we're going to have to say our goodbyes.
Goodbye.
From having one of our favorite anime this season drop to the bottom of our list, and one of the anime that we were really worried about jumped to the top of our list, we had a very strange week this week.
Yeah, we did.
But it was still a fun one. We still had a good time. We hope you guys did as well. I hope you all had fun watching us. If you have anything to add or any dissenting opinions, please leave them in the comments below. If you enjoyed this episode, please let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, share it, or you can click on the annotations for other videos we've done.
And also make sure to annotate the video for us.
What?
Yes.
Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you all next time.
Next time.
Next time.